What's good? It's your boy Tad Money, and today I'm back on War Economic Forum website, and I'm gonna talk about why all of us should focus on building the metaverse for those who are know how to developing software within the virtual world and stuff, and those who want to be a spokesperson or just want to include themselves into the life of the metaverse, having a second life in the metaverse by any means necessary, by any way you wish to live it. When it really come down to it, though, that is the mission that I want to put on my channel, is to help, the metaverse be wide open and widespread to the public and mainstream, and make it to where, if we at home or something, or feel like we don't want to leave or something, at the comfort of our own home, or bringing the digital world with us, which is like extended reality or augmented reality, but even mixed with mixed reality too. But we are capable of building a metaverse, and there's many of them. This multitude of metaverses that's being created and built, and it's all going to be separate from each other, but also interconnected in a way that it fits. Even though Facebook came up with the concept of metaverse, but when it comes to other players like Neil Stevenson, like I read in my metaverse news video, with the Neil Stevenson building his own metaverse, because he's the one that coined the word and put that idea into existence. People have high hopes for his metaverse than Mark Zuckerberg metaverse, because when it comes down to the person who came up with the word of it and explain how it is, it's Neil Stevenson. But let's get to this blog real quick. Enough talking. Let's get to the blog. DXC Virtual World, a real meaning in the metaverse. Hell yeah, I love that. Continuous delaying of a worldwide post-pandemic reopening had meant some form of virtual work and is likely in the long term. The metaverse can provide benefits to companies and workers alike, enabling collaboration in a stimulating 3D environment. To deliver on its potential, the metaverse must be exclusive from the outset, drawings on experience of grassroots players and leading sectors. After worldwide anticipation of a big post-pandemic reopening, a new COVID-19 variant has effectively put those plans on hold in many countries. And most of us by now are resigned to the permanency of some form of virtual work. From our experience managing the workplaces of over 6 million users, the DXC technology knows that many workers feel torn between the freedom and flexibility of remote work and the desire to reconnect with colleagues and clients. A Microsoft Work Trend Index study from March highlights this dichotomy. Over 70% of workers want flexible remote work options to continue, while over 65% crave more in-person time with their team. The evolution of immersive virtual technologies could now enable organizations to give their employees the best of both worlds. Okay, now earlier interactions of virtual worlds, such as Second Life, may have seemed more like a diversion or a novelty, but millions of workers are already meeting colleagues in virtual spaces provided by Microsoft, Meta, Rebella, and others. But bolstered by the pandemic, tech companies are now looking to transform virtual workspaces into a metaverse of social and business interactions in the stimulated 3D environment. The potential to improve collaborative equality is significant. And building the metaverse responsibility. As we build these virtual worlds, we must do three things: prioritize inclusivity, and learn from grassroots innovation and embrace collaboration. Girl using VR goggles, okay. I just had a fly in my mouth. Holy shit. I just had a fly in my mouth. That could be a sign that could be a sign, y'all. Inclusive from the outset. We must ensure inclusivity is the starting point and not an afterthought of the metaverse. While we don't have all the answers, we at DXC Technology are actively using virtual world technologies in the light of our decision to move to a virtual first. Models for our more than 130,000 employees in 70 countries. This simple and clear policy means that today, 99% of our goal. Workforce is enabled to work from anywhere and when needed to access purpose, build all offices, whatever best fits their needs. We believe that virtual first models are not only better for the environment but crucially for the people who use them. Our experience shows that employees of virtual first organizations, especially those with access to opportunities to collaborate in the metaverse, are more productive, more engaged, and can take part in their communities in new ways. Increased inclusivity is also inherent benefits of virtual environments where a person, location, gender, physical attributes, or personal circumstances are less important than their ideas or the qualities of their work. As a result, organizations will benefit from diverse new talent pools from previously underrepresented groups, from mothers nurturing their infants to people with physical or physiological challenges. No one needs to be excluded from the virtual workspace. But for the virtual environment to be genuinely inclusive, tech companies must provide everyone with the tools and technologies they need to take part and feel represented. This provision isn't just about giving people laptops and creating diverse looking avatars, but also addressing people's physical challenges, such as providing control interface for those unable to use a conventional keyboard. These are issues that need to be addressed now as we lay down the metaverse foundations. To embrace grassroots initiatives. I think that's what it says. One way to ensure that virtual environment fully represent the people using them is to tap into the existence work by those driving innovation from the ground up. Such grassroots innovations are instructive, highlighting the need of those vulnerable to marginalization as the metaverse grows. Dr. Peter Scott Morgan, for example, is leading a project to ensure accessibility to virtual environments since learning of his neurodegenesis. I can't pronounce that. Illness, and episodic lateral sclerosis, and well, I can't pronounce. I ain't gonna waste my time pronouncing that. In 2017, a British American scientist and innovator have been fighting back with technology and volunteered to become the world's first human cyborg. At the heart of the initiative is a project to create a realistic AI-powered and eye-control avatar of himself that will enable him to continue to play an active role in society. Dr. Scott Morgan wants his Peter 2.0 avatar and other pioneering technological solutions that he and his team are developing to offer hope to people with extreme disabilities and other life-changing conditions everywhere. DXC Technology is proud to be working with his philanthropic foundation to help make that happen. Collaborate to build the metaverse. No single company, country, or culture can build an equitable and exclusive metaverse. That's why the global IT community should unite with the communities they serve to develop open, secure, trusted virtual environments. We now have the opportunity to reflect on and build the type of metaverse we want drawing from vast experience, including the gaming industry, which have long empowered people to break free from the limitations they may experience in the physical world. Technology has an excellent track record in helping to level the playing field in society, and the metaverse is the next chapter. If developed properly, it could help foster the global inclusivity and exchange of ideas necessary for the future. So basically, what they're focusing on is people with disabilities. That's the main thing they're gonna focus on first, putting the brain chips in with people with disabilities. You know, putting all types of brain chips. You know, they're gonna be like they are using mice, but when it comes to using it on people who really need it, there's gonna be people with disabilities. You know, people on wheelchairs, people who can't move their bodies. You know, people who are like vegetables and stuff, and whole nine yards. And it will be easy for them, you know, to have a brain computer chip in their brain to where they can log in and surf, you know, the Web3 and the metaverse and try to interact with people there. I mean, it's many possible things that the War Economic Fund is working on, but to tell you the truth, they didn't put all that in here. They didn't say computer brain chip. They didn't say when you close your eyes, you can enter into the metaverse or Web3, even though it's going to take some time, but they're going to test it with who? With people with disabilities. And that's the next step, and that's the next goal of what they're trying to do. And that's one thing I'm trying to say as well. So when it really come down to it, though, we all, we all got to build this metaverse. There's gonna be multitude of metaverses. You feel me? It really gonna be called, put all of them together. It's really gonna be called a virtual plane, even though it's not flat or nothing. But the reason why I call it a virtual plane because it's an inspiration from the astral planes. You know, having balance between the physical plane and the digital plane. You know what I'm saying? And the digital plane is man-made. When it comes to astral planes and stuff, those are spirit-made, or basically fallen angels made, but you know what I'm saying. But it's your boy Time Money and Fitness, and all that's all I want to say. So when it comes to a exclusive metaverse, exclusive metaverse starts now, and here's how you can do it. You know, this is, saying this starting with people with disabilities, I guess. And that's what the main thing they're saying is people who with disabilities or any type of disability. You know, I'm repeating myself, but you know what I mean. But anyway, that's your boy Time Man Fitness. All that's all I want to say. So when it really come down to it, I support this, I honor this, and I'm always going to look at the War Economic Forum as my leaders, my creators, my gods and goddesses, however you want to put it. I'm always going to look at Kyle Schwab as my Lord and Savior because they're creating my home world. They're serious about creating my home world. And the reason why I call that Metaverse my home world, because ever since I was a kid, playing video games, I always looked at the video game world as something I can call home. And that's one thing I want to say. It's just your boy, Jack.